What I mean by that is certain users need to stay together because they monitor each other via BLFs. They're using the same hunt pilots. They have shared lines. They use the same call pickups. And if you basically would split these groups and move some users over, then these functionalities would break. Because even the integration that I mentioned earlier between WxC calling multi-tenant and UCM, that's a basic SIP trunk calling integration that doesn't get you call state across, right? From the call control perspective, WxC calling multi-tenant and UCM would still be ships in the night, independent call controls, right? And that's why specifically everything that's group feature, these guys need to stay together. And in every presentation that I give, there always has to be some stuff with Python and development, because in the previous life before Cisco, yes, although I've been with Cisco 25 plus years, there's a previous life. I used to be a software developer, so I always try to find reasons to play with code. And what I did here is I build a playground based on Python that allows you to play and analyze your UCM installation. You can do a bunch of stuff there. It's based on this UCM data export. You can look at phone readiness, analyze the dial plan and stuff. But you can also analyze phone migration, user migration batches. This tool basically analyzes the configuration and then looks at groups of users that are tied together in a certain way because they use the same BLF or they have shared lines on their phones. And what I want to show you is, because I think there's actually a pretty impressive insight, that's an actual customer. And this tool can build a 3D animation, a 3D cloud of the user groups. You can navigate through it. What it looks like is pretty much like this. So this is every dot here is an actual user. And while we're flying through this universe of this UCM config, you see these clusters here, right? These guys. And these are always groups of users that are tied together for some reason. Sometimes you see these colored dots here. And this is the reality that you're facing when you migrate a complex UCM scenario. You have to identify, sometimes there are these isolated star systems, right? This guy here. I mean, you can take that out and move it over, but chances are there's also this mess in the middle that everything is somehow interconnected, right? And then it gets really hard to cut certain things out and move that out and migrate these guys in an isolated way, right? Again, third-party tools, specifically one that I will mention in a second, they also have options to do stuff like that and allow you to basically identify these groups of users that have to stay together. Anyways, move at your own pace. We're almost done with our migration. And this gets us back to this PPDIO lifecycle. At the end, in the optimize phase, we are at the point where we can implement enhancements, bring in new stuff, where we can promote adoption, get more users on the system, and also where we finally get to the point where we can decommission the existing UCM, right? When we're done with all the migration, then we can decommission UCM, get rid of our on-premises PSTN, and focus on that.